So what is deconstruction? Well, I think a lot of people think that deconstruction is just like, hey man, we're just gonna tear it all down. We're gonna build it back up. We're going to, kind of like a farmer will set the field on fire. And it's just gonna burn and then it'll be done and it'll come back and it'll be better. Um, but there's also a lot of emotion in it and people don't expect it. So like what could start the deconstructing is with emotion. You might be sick and tired of where you are. You might be sick of your job, your church, your partner, whatever it is. And you're like, it's just time to get out. And that's part of what deconstructing is. It's just like, it's that time where I've had enough and I'm done. And so it's time to move on. But you don't realize that in the moving on of that, how hard that is, how emotional that can be, because you're just asking a lot of questions and things coming into question is like, who am I? What am I doing? What's next? I don't really know what it is I want to do, but I know I'm not going to do that anymore. It might be like, this is what I was known for. This is what I did. This is what I did for a lot of years. I invested a lot of time and energy and money into doing this thing, and now I'm just not gonna do it. Yeah. And there's a lot of grief in that. There's some grief in leaving that. Doesn't matter what it is, there's always some kind of sadness, or I don't know, it's just hard to describe, but I know I went through it. I was a pastor at a church for a lot of years, in church for a lot of years, I should say. And after a couple of years of working with a different church, I knew, like, okay, it was time to do something else. And I can tell you more about that. Maybe I will in a different post in a different time. But what I did not realize was how difficult it was going to be done with that and not do ministry or pastoral work in that way. And so it was emotional and it was hard. And you have to kind of expect that that's what it's going to be, is going to be a grief and a lot of grieving. And with grief comes a lot of anger and just shock. So tread lightly while you deconstruct, because it is hard. Stay tuned for another post on deconstruction.